Pre-made bug out bags compared to the bug out bags that you're going to make yourself. Which one is better? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. But first, let me walk through the difference real quick. A lot of people, you might be hearing the difference between two different types of bags. A get home bag and a bug out bag. Most people do not know the difference between those two things. The big difference is your get home bag is usually going to be smaller, and as the name suggests, you're going to use it to get home. For those of you that did not know that, your bug out bag is going to have a lot more stuff in it, a lot more detailed. It's going to have more stuff in it for the environment that you could be heading out to, and it's going to have a lot more things that you really need to survive. Your get home bag just got a few things in it. You might have a box of matches in there, some ways to purify water in the get home bag as well, but not to the scale what you're going to have in the bug out bag. Now, with that being said, like the big question I asked at the beginning of this video just a minute ago, which one is better, you to build it yourself or to buy it pre-made? Well, if you know nothing about it, there's nothing wrong with buying a pre-made bug out bag, because then after you have it, or a survival kit I should say, they're usually called survival kits. You can buy those little survival pouches on Amazon, but all I'm talking about is a kit that comes out of a box just like this right here, made by ReadyWise, the emergency survival backpack. Or it could be used as a get home bag. And the size of this bag that I have right here, as you can see, it's a smaller backpack. It's not a full-size backpack, but it'd be ideal for a get-home bag. It has some things in it, has some food in it, and some other things. It's all detailed and laid out on the box. As you can see, 64 pieces right here is what you're looking at. And it gives you all the breakdowns on the back of the box of all the dietary stuff of the food and everything else. And it has 32 servings of food and milk, and it has cereal in it. It has all kinds of different things, from first aid kits to survival whistle to waterproof matches to blankets to anything that could be in here that you would need to survive short term is definitely in this. It also has an N95 dust mask, a portable stove that you can use to heat things up, stainless steel cup, pocket tissues, wet max, waste bag, and much, much more. Now, the thing is, whenever it comes to stuff like this, a lot of people get kind of lazy with this, and they're like, I don't want to put one together myself. And that's perfectly all right in the beginning, but you really need to get down to where you're putting together a bag for yourself. Now, that being said, when you get a bag like this, just because you're buying it already pre-made and already put together, open it up. If anything's packaged in there, open it up, check it out, and make sure, and then that way it's open. And if it's something that you need to practice with, like tools or anything like that that come in these pre-made bags, or matches for starting a fire, if you're not familiar with how to do that, practice with that stuff, get comfortable with it, because that is what you're going to have to be doing in a real life survival type situation. Not something that a lot of people really think about, that they buy the gear and then just sits there and they never use it. It's still in the package. I cannot tell you how many people I know that have just like limb saws and stuff that are just sitting there, foldable saws still sitting there in the package, brand new, never been taken out, that they paid like $200 for, top of the line ones, and they're just sitting there. And test your gear, guys, because you want it to fail in the testing. You don't want it to fail whenever you're out there in a real survival situation and when your life is on the line. And that's the problem with the pre-made bags. The quality of the gear you're getting is not that good. It's not going to be as good as you putting together yourself and buying higher quality gear. But if you're somebody that is on a limited budget, again, it's an okay place to start. Plus, you get this neat little backpack, just like I said earlier. Camouflage, if you're trying to be gray man, not exactly going to be the most ideal thing in an SHTF situation, because, well, it sticks out, it makes you look like you're part of the military or something, and that's not what you want in a serious situation where SHTF has went down. Now, something else to think about here as well, and this is a big one. What are you going to be doing? What kind of areas do you live in? Whenever it comes down to building your own bug out bag or get home bag, think about this. Are you living in an area to where it stays wintry almost all the time, like I'm in Wyoming and Montana? Are you in an area to where it stays hot almost all the time? Maybe a little bit of a cool season. Are you in a place like I am here in the Midwest to where you go through all 4 seasons? If you're in an area that goes through all 4 seasons, your bag is going to look a lot different than somebody that lives in like Alaska per se and things along those lines. This is all stuff to think about as you're going through it. And at the end of the day, the big question is, what are you wanting out of it? If you're just going to do this as a hobby and go out, pre-made is perfectly fine. But if you're a serious person and you see the world events unfolding around you and you're going and you want to be a serious survivalist, putting together your own is going to be great. It's going to be a little tricky at first. If you know somebody that can help you put one together, that's great as well. But make sure that you put it in places that make sense for you. That's the problem with having this bag's already put together the way they are. If you have somebody help you with it, make sure that you're putting the stuff where you're going to know where it's at, not where they want to put it. Because what makes sense to them may not make sense to you. And whenever you have to reach in that bag for something, it could be a life-saving emergency. You want to make sure that you know where all of your stuff is. You want to make sure that you know where everything is. It does not matter if anybody else does. But this is where, if you're in a survival group and you're serious about this and you're putting together bags together, ideally you should all be training on this and kind of know the basic spots of where people kind of keep their stuff if they have to use it. A good instinct to this, though, is if you have like a med pouch on your belt and there's a tourniquet in there, you're going to take the tourniquet off of the person that just got shot or whatever the situation might be, and you're going to use theirs, because you don't want to use yours, because if you use yours, then if that happens to you, then you don't have one, and then, you know, you're SOL because nobody's going to give you theirs. And that's why it's so important to pay attention to what you're putting in your bag and to build them accordingly for the situations that you may find yourself in. Big question that I always get asked, and I'll say it again in this video, the big question I always get asked is, what are you preparing for? And the correct answer to this question, if anybody tells you this, this, or this, they really don't know what they're talking about. They're new to the community, or they've just been brainwashed. Correct answer is, you're preparing for anything and everything that could happen. That sounds impossible, because it is impossible. But it's the way that you have to think. It's the way that you have to prepare. It's the way that you have to be ready for things. So think about that whenever you're putting together a bug out bag. Think about your environment. Think about your area. And just because you want something in your bag may not be something that you need. Needs over wants is going to be critical whenever you get down there. I will say, guys, the prepper, survivalist, whatever communities you want to say, they are growing, and they are growing at an extraordinary rate. It's just insane seeing it, because people are seeing like what's going on around the world. People are seeing like what's happening in their countries and everything. And that's around the world. People are becoming more and more survivalist minded. I see it. I work in a store. People are coming in. That's where this bag actually came from. They're on sale because they're trying to get like rid of them. So I picked one up. And honestly, it's a pretty neat little bag. It's probably going to become my hiking bag, because as far as bug out bag and stuff go, I have mine set up the way that I want them, and that's the way that you should set yours up as well, the way that you want them and the way that you will need. But also, again, like I said just a while ago, needs over wants. Put in there, especially if you're a person that needs meds, include that in your bug out bag or your get home bag, because you may not have that. Key example of this is like if you are a person that has the beginning stages of diabetes and you like need those pills, put some extra ones of those in your bug out bag and your get home bag, just so you have them, because it may be days before you get back. So you just have to keep all this in mind, though, guys. The world is getting crazier. So if this is something that you've been thinking about getting into and training with, and again, train with the gear that is in these and see how good it actually is. And there's nothing wrong with buying a pre-made bag, seeing what you like about it and seeing what is actually pretty decent in there, and then replacing the rest of it with higher quality gear. You could also go that way, and that may be a cheaper option for some of you guys who are on a budget, and then slowly build it up over time with higher quality gear. That is another option. So at the end of the day, to answer the question that a lot of you have been actually wondering about here, is it better to pre-buy or is it better to build your own? And honestly, that's up to you guys. Just like everything else, it's a wonderful thing about having the freedom to do kind of like what you want to do, is the fact that you can choose to do that. But keep in mind at the end of the day, though, guys, that there are a lot of factors that play into this. Just like I've said before, too many to list in this video. I hope you guys took something from this video today and you learned something. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. That actually does a lot more for us than what you realize. We're going to be coming out with some more videos here real soon. We'll get back to posting a lot more often and more content like this and survival content and everything along those lines. Guys, I do truly mean this. God bless each and every one of you.